Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. Starting in the AL West, the Angels totaled 11 hits as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 6-1. The Atlanta Braves sent 3 balls into the seats as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 4-3. The Giants hit 3 long balls as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 6-5. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
MLB The Show has baseball from the Lone Star State as we get a look inside Globe Life Park. Tonight, the first of this quick 2-game series between the Oakland A's and the Texas Rangers. Rangers baseball next. Doug Fister, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
You know, sometimes you just have those games where no matter what you do, nothing works. Wasn't able to get out of the first inning in his last start, so hopefully that train wreck is over and he's on to bigger and better things in this one.
Striding in for Oakland, Steve Lombardozzi. First shot for him here as he comes in currently leading the junior circuit in hitting. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a called strike one. And fellas, you take a look at this Rangers team entering play here tonight. They've been on the skids recently, losers in 7 of their last 9 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, dropping their last game. Now they find themselves at 500 again. They got to find a way to get on a hot streak. You cannot continue to go peaks and valleys throughout the course of this season and ride that 500 line all year. At some point, you're going to have to take 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 to get this going in the right direction.
Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2. Good night for baseball. 69 degrees here at first pitch. Tries to dump this one out to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So a good start to the inning for the A's as their leadoff hitter reaches base safely.
Hey, sometimes that's how a rally gets started right there. I know it's a soft liner, but leadoff man on usually poses problems.
Here's Matt Joyce now. Lifetime against Doug Fister. He's totaled 4 hits in 17 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fouled away. Now the 0-1. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Earl Hendricks.
Hey, D-Roll, Earl Hendricks, he's not a guy that gets a lot of complaints by either players or pitchers. He's a pretty good umpire.
Yeah, Dan, Earl's got a great track record in his sport. He's pretty consistent, and overall, he's been a fair umpire.
In the dirt here. The 2-1 home. 2-2 the count. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out. And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. Hero, what do you got on this lineup in the series opener?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup, and they're frustrating to watch at times because they ground into the most double plays in the league. You want to talk about a pitcher's best friend. You finally get a guy on first base, and you're coming unglued. First pitch down below the knees, grounding into a double play and bailing everybody out. I need better approaches out of this lineup today.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Popped him up. Gallo in foul ground. And that's the second out of the inning.
Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 2, Chris Davis.
So here's the Oakland cleanup batter, Chris Davis. He enters this one second in the American League in round trippers. First pitch coming. Here it is. A swing and a ground ball to third. And that's through for a hit.
Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to hook that one right into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, he got the bat head out right there, Dan, and was able to get that one to left field.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He'll enter play with an average of .311, a dozen home runs, and 34 driven in. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And here's a fastball inside as the count moves to 2-0 now. Olson is a big threat in a matchup like this. He's got a ton of pop against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, I think because of his approach. He's not a dead pull guy. You want to try and sneak a piece of cheese in or hang something over the heart of the plate, he's going to absolutely crush it. But anything going away.
Well, the left fielder's on it, and that retires the side. A's strand a couple. A's 0. Rangers coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Sean Manaea gets the ball for Oakland in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, in this day and age where we're all into numbers and statistics, look at this whip. 1.10 or less. He has a sub 1.1. That's not an easy thing to do, especially in today's game where we see teams scoring a lot of runs. He doesn't walk very many guys, and he doesn't give up that many hits either. This is a real good pitcher and should be fun to watch pitch in this one.
And Dan Vero, this Oakland ball club entering play here tonight. They've been playing better than .500 baseball of late, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty, for me, I'm going to go off script here. I think one of the keys to winning this game, I get it. The pitcher has to throw strikes. The offense has to show up. But I need more energy, more focus. I need guys flying around. I need guys looking like they want to win a ball game.
The 1-1 is a fastball in off the plate for a ball. Now the 2-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And that will be a base hit for Andrus.
So the leadoff hitter reaches with good speed. The two-hole hitter can handle the bat. We'll see if they have a play on here with nobody out.
Right fielder.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. He'll be looking for better results in this one. He was 0 for 4 in the ball game back on Sunday. He's set and the pitch. No balls and a strike to count. Andrus on at first, nobody out. Now we'll step off and fire to the bag. And he just manages to get his hand in. Set to deliver the 0-1. Missed with a slider. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
That was a classic two-hole hitter move right there, giving his boy a chance to steal a bag. Got to be honest, in today's game, you don't see too many guys take that pitch.
The 1-2. Now a swing and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. A moment now in Arlington to have a look at the Rangers starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
You know, this lineup is really needing a lot more out of Elvis Andrus these days. He has really struggled. Struggle is a kind word. He's been terrible with runners in scoring position. He's hit under 200 in those situations this season. And when that's the case, you start to think that maybe it's in his head. I think he's putting too much pressure on himself right now.
Pitch out. Nothing doing. From the belt, kicks and deals. Now here's a ball heading for the right field corner. This has the distance, and it stays fair. Home run. So it's a two-run homer for Adrian Beltran, number 11 for him on the season, as that'll give the Rangers a 2-0 lead.
Pretty sure he was too focused on the man at first, worried about the steal, and just made a mistake with that pitch. It's all well and good to control the running game, but you have to make sure it doesn't distract from your main job, getting the guy to play with the bat in his hands.
Here's Joey Gallo now.
He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Hey, he's going to have to set his sights a little bit more over the heart of the plate. I can't have one of my best left-handed power hitters reaching and taking an ugly swing like that.
is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And a fastball just a bit high.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a 2-run shot, but that at bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
Up next for the Rangers, Robinson Chirinos. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300. So clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center, but he'll flag this one down toward the alley. Nearly trouble, but instead the inning is over. But 2 here in the Rangers half of the inning, and they come on this 2-run home run. We'll head to the top of the second, 2-0. Here's Jed Lowry now. Lifetime against Doug Fister. He comes in hitting right at a 300 clip. He's doubled off him 5 times.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Fister playing here in his age 34 season. He was selected in the 7th round during the first-year player draft of 2006.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Profar is after it. He's there and records the first out.
So here's how the Rangers are positioned defensively. And let's focus on third baseman Adrian Beltre, a future Hall of Famer. Nothing this guy can't do. Probably the best in the business at coming in on that slow roller with that underhand bazooka to first base.
Next up for the A's, Boog Powell, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. The 1-1 is looked at off the plate for a ball. 1 out, nobody on. Hit in the air down the left field line. Eibner on the move, but he won't get to it. It drops in behind him. Around second. He's on his way to third. And he will make it back to second and be content with holding on there.
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
Here's the German-born catcher Bruce Maxwell, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300. So clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. Line drive to left. But pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out.
Batting ninth, third baseman, Roberto Garcia.
Now to the plate, Roberto Garcia, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First pitch on its way. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball. Garcia, a Venezuelan-born ball player. He's in his rookie year here at the big league level. And that's just off the corner and low, ball 2.
Boy, you don't see that very often out of a rookie. That's a 2-0 count, and both of those pitches were really close. This guy has a pretty good eye.
The 2-0 on the way. Liner toward right center. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. Long throw to the plate. And they will not get him at the plate as he's under the tag of Chirinos.
Boy, that's an aggressive send there, D-Row, because this outfielder has a very strong throwing arm.
Yeah, when you're sitting in a hitter's meeting, that's stuff they go over. So every base runner is on notice, knowing that this guy's got one of the strongest arms in the league, but they challenged him, and it worked.
Stepping in now, Steve Lombardozzi, batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1.
As a hitter right here, you have to tell yourself, I can't get too big. Don't let the moment get away from me. A nice bullet in the gap gets the job done in this situation.
In there, and it's 0-2 now.
Hey, make a pitch right here and get out of this. Get the boys in the dugout and regroup a little bit. One run is not going to kill you.
Breaking ball swung on in the dirt. Chirinos corrals it, and the throw to first ends the inning. 2 hits lead to a run here for Oakland. On now to the bottom of the second. It's the Rangers 2 and the A's 1. Into the box now, Rougned Odor. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
Second baseman, Rougned Odor.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off. The 0-1. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Great off-speed pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
And he fouls this one off. The next 0-2. A bouncer to the left side. And the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. 1 away.
All right, guys, here's how the Oakland A's are lining up defensively. You want to talk about shutting a running game down? The guy behind the dish has an absolute cannon. I mean, you will not see guys get but 2-step lead off first base today.
And here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun. His career numbers against Minaya, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. First offering on its way. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0. Now a swing and a ground ball, but a foul ball. 1-1. And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
Now the 2-1 is taken high above the zone. Brett Eibner, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Chopped weakly to the left. Taken there by Lowry. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Batting 8, left fielder, Brett Eibner.
Brett Eibner will be the next to dig in at the plate. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that looked like it caught him squarely in the arm. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
That had to be in the scouting report right there. You don't see too many breaking ball ambushes in the game. He had to know that pitch was coming.
Digging in the switch hitter, Jurickson Profar. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. First pitch of the at-bat. Drilled right back up the middle. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Hey, after back-to-back two-out hits right now, this pitcher thought he was going to cruise through this inning, and now he's got traffic, and he's in jeopardy with a ball in the gap or a ball missed over the heart of the plate, a crooked number going on the board.
Here's Elvis Andrus now as he looks at a fastball on the inside corner for strike one. In his career, Andrus hits a little over the 270 mark. Eibner on second, Profar on at first with two down. Line to the right side, and this is going to be a fair ball as it'll head to the corner. The relay, but he'll get in there with an RBI double.
Well, we've already had some hard-hit balls in the first two innings here, and here's another one. Absolutely jumped off his bat and into the outfield, bringing another run home here in the early going.
In now, Shin-Soo Choo. He'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. 0 for 1 here in the early going. On the ground to third. Garcia takes it in. And he thought about going to second, but he'll go to first instead. Throw in time, and the side is retired. A run for the Rangers on the double by Andrus. We've played two. It's now 3-1 Texas. Ready for another chance? Matt Joyce. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Matt Joyce.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a strike. A windup and the 0-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Hey, he caught him off guard right there. I like that pitch. High fastball executed. I know he's known for the sinker ball, but if he can get some eye levels up and down, he's going to have some success.
Another 0-2 home. And he rolls up. The 0-2 once more. Misses for ball one. The 1-2. And that's a swinging strike three in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Joyce is retired, and there's one away.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Digging in to try it again, Stephen Piscotty. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball left side. Beltre's there. Throw gets him. 2 down.
The left fielder, number 2, Chris Davis.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Chris Davis. He reached on a single in his first try. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And that misses for ball one.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk right here could at least get the tying run to the plate. And on top of that, there's some pop on that on-deck circle.
Left side of the infield into the shift. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. A's are gone in order. They still trail it here 3-1. Here's the third baseman, Adrian Beltre, as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the fresh run and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Drilled on the ground to short. Oh, and trouble there for Lowry. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, Dealer, in a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
First pitch on its way. Sliders in for a strike. Beltre gets his lead at first, nobody out. Right side, hit hard. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in two places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that that ball kind of goes.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch, and the guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times, somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately, not, and now you've got a couple of guys on.
Standing in now, Robinson Chirinos, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Third inning here, 3-1 our score. Don't know what he's waiting for there. It's 0-2. Here comes another 0-2. And a fastball just a bit up.
1-2.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's the first pitch to him. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
Hey, I don't mind you taking one right there. This pitcher's been struggling early. You got to make him work, see if he'll get in his zone. If he's willing to walk a few guys and then someone pops one over the fence, this game could get out of hand early.
Chopped back to the mound. Can they turn it? Lowry on to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So they pick up no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 3 innings complete. It's the Rangers 3 and the A's 1. That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Yanked on the ground down the line. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Here's Jed Lowry now.
And he puts it on the ground to second.
Odor has it on to first, and there are 2 down.
Good pitch right there to run the 2-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball as a result.
So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. The 0-1 on its way. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
1-1.
3-1 is our score here in inning number 4. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1.
Seems to me like they're pitching him a little bit more cautiously after that double he had his first time up.
2 balls and 2 strikes now.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. 3-2 to the A's center fielder.
Wow, talk about a waste pitch on 2-2. That one wasn't even close. I don't know anyone that would have swung at that pitch.
Now the payoff pitch home. Cue shot here out towards short. And Andrus will not be able to get there. It's a base hit.
Man, he got the front foot down right there, kept the front shoulder tough, and was able to stay inside that ball for a soft liner in the center field.
Here's the German-born catcher Bruce Maxwell as he rips it on the ground to second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. The A's strand 1, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Striding in once again, Willie Calhoun. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Pitch on the way. Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike. And that misses 1-1. The 1-1 is in there for the second strike. Hit out towards second. Lombardozzi loves it, and that's out number 1.
Now batting.
Time now for the A's Road to the Show report as we get a look at a couple of guys making some noise in the upper levels of the minors. At the plate, Brett Eibner. Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Started that swing a bit too early. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Powell going back on it at the track. The wall. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. Solo shot to right center. 4th home run for him on the season. As the Rangers take control here, it's now 4-1.
It's easy to be a pitcher at this level. Well, when the number 8 hitter takes you deep, you know there's no such thing as an easy out.
Now batting, center fielder, Jurickson Profar.
Here's Jurickson Profar. A ball and no strikes. A base hit in his first trip. Profar, originally from the island nation of Curacao. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
Hey, I think if you ask this guy honestly how his season's gone so far, he'd tell you he's not happy with it. It's been kind of an average year for him, but he has time to get hot and make that salary push.
Ball taken there. 2-1 now. Got a piece. It's 2-2.
That's a real tough pitch to hit. That's, as in the pitcher's jargon, we call that the Hall of Fame pitch, that slider down and in. Really, the only way you're going to be able to hit that pitch is if you're looking for it down and in, and still then, it's a really difficult pitch to hit.
Flying toward right center. And that's into the outfield for a one-out base hit.
Outside of home runs, nothing fires me up more than watching a good baseball player drive the ball in the opposite field. Talking about hitting the inside half of the baseball, that's exactly what happened right there. And when we say inside half of the baseball, imagine the ball coming to a complete stop halfway between home plate and the pitcher's mound, and then cutting that baseball in half and highlighting the inside half. That's where you're trying to take the knob of your bat or the hands to that spot and carve the inside half of the baseball with power.
Here's Elvis Andrus now, and Lowry will put this away for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 17, Shin-Soo Choo.
Digging in once again, Shin-Soo Choo. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First delivery to him on the way. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. The 0-1 pitch to right field and deep. Look at this thing go. gone all the way into the upper deck. A two-run blast to straightaway right field. 6th home run on the season for him, and it's now a 6-1 ball game.
Yeah, after this blast, the 3rd home run of the game, you can see why this place is known as a launching pad. Balls leave this place in a hurry, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more before this thing is over.
The third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Skied in the air to straightaway left. After it is Davis. And that retires the side. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The Rangers lead it 6-1. At the plate, Roberto Garcia. He singled his last time up.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going. And the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
And that misses low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Tapper up the line. Up with it is Beltre. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
The batter number 22, second baseman, Steve Lombardozzi.
Ready for another shot now. Steve Lombardozzi. A hit in 2 tries so far. First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
You know, Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate. But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left-right. Now you're seeing guys attack in the philosophy more north-south. Just with launch angles and exit velocities, I think guys are afraid to throw that sinking fastball for fear that guys are just going to run their barrel into it. Not the case with the high fastball.
Now batting, right fielder, Matt Joyce.
Here's Matt Joyce now. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. First offering on its way. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
Stay on the attack if you're the pitcher right here. You know who's lurking, 3, 4, 5, and you'd love to see that number 3-hole hitter lead that next inning off.
Now the 1-0. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 home. And this is fouled at the plate. The 1-2. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
Keep battling, young man. 3 foul balls in a row. He is calibrating that heater and the off speed. Let's see if he can catch something on the barrel.
Left side. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the A's. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Here's
Joey Gallo now. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Here comes the first pitch.
Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
Yeah, you attack the zone and get a swing and a miss that late on your first pitch fastball. Good chance he's coming right back with the same thing.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. And it's gone as they add still another. Big Joey Gallo leaves the yard with a solo shot. Home run number 16 for him on the year, as it's now a 6-run ball game. And we've seen 4 round trippers from these guys so far. Dan, D-Row, what do you make of all this?
Matty V, D-Row, I don't know what you think, but this is like crazy. 4th round tripper of the game so far.
Yeah, you're watching this pitcher. He's just not executing on both sides. They're missing over the heart of the plate, not using the quadrants. In the hitters meeting, they focused on this stuff. They thought these guys could miss middle, and that's exactly what's happening.
Powell is there, and he has it for the first out. So with 7 runs allowed already, it's been another dismal outing from this pitching staff as you take a look there at the list of clubs with the highest team ERA. And as you can see there, they find themselves hovering just a few spaces above the bottom in the entire American League. Stepping in, Rougned Odor. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Now the pitch. Grounder down the line at third. This is foul for the first strike. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. On the ground and right at the shifted infielder. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Willie Calhoun.
And here's the former prize Dodger prospect, Willie Calhoun. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
There's a slogan is throwing too many strikes. That might be the case for this guy in this outing right here. So far not pitching all that well, but 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Frozen on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. But the Rangers add on thanks to this solo home run. Through 5 innings, it's the Rangers 7 and the A's 1. The next to hit. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First pitch on its way. Liner toward right center. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Didn't try and do too much. Fastball middle cut. Places it right back where it came from.
Here's Chris Davis now. And he lays off there 1-0. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. The 1-0 is laid off, but in there for strike 1.
1-1.
Piscotty aboard here at first with nobody out. Popped him up. Odor ranging into the outfield. 1 out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Matt Olson.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Matt Olson. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. First delivery to him on the way. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Eibner waits on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Jed Lowry.
Digging in once again, Jed Lowry. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. He's set. Here it comes. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike.
You know, they finally get the leadoff runner on. It would be sad to watch him waste this opportunity. Somebody's got to come through with a base hit.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Hit out towards second. Fielded by Odor. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Oakland. They're down 7-1. J.J. Tierney gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Brett Eibner will be the next to dig in at the plate. He's off to a fast start in this one. 2 for 2, including a home run.
Well, you don't see this very often, Matty V. A 2-strike straight changeup. But this guy changeup is one of the best in the league. We'll see if he tries that different approach this time, and maybe if he gets to 2 strikes, try to use the fastball a little bit more than that straight changeup.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Up next for the Rangers.
Digging in and looking for more, Jurickson Profar. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Now the pitch. And this is taken outside for ball 1. The 1-0 is a fastball that misses.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
The 2-0. 3-0 now.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
Profar ahead with a 3-1 count here.
3 balls and no strikes.
Seven runs, 11 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Payoff pitch home. Belted out toward deep center field. Howell looking up. And it's gone. as they add still another. A solo shot here off the bat of Jurickson Profar. Home run number 5 on the year, and this is now a 7-run ball game. Into the box now, Elvis Andrews. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. The 1-0 is a breaking ball that's taken for a ball.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
2 balls and a strike to the Rangers leadoff hitter. 1 out, nobody on. High and deep to right center. Howell's on his horse. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out.
The right fielder, number 17, Shin-Soo Choo.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. He went deep for a 2-run homer in his previous at-bat.
That last at-bat, Matty V, a changeup right down the middle of the plate. Listen, this guy's got a great changeup, but he can't afford to keep throwing it middle like he did that last at-bat. If he does, this guy might be hitting back-to-back jacks.
Here it comes, 1-0. Missed with a slider.
Now ball 2. Back-to-back breaking pitches. I think if right now you really have to try to get the best pitch you can get in the zone, you have to throw it right here.
Choo with a 2-ball, 1-strike count here.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and they get right back outside. Nice pitch.
Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and the count goes full, 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. But it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
He's not going to complain, but he was thinking what the rest of us were thinking when that left his bat. Home run number 2. Didn't quite have enough, so he has to be content with a double.
Here's the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. Goes the other way and sends it deep down the right field line. But that'll be off the right field wall. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. And he is in there with an RBI triple.
Boy, this guy's having a great game here so far, D-Roll. Home run earlier in the night, and that base hit right there drives in his 3rd run batted in of this game.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm and timing is on point with that pitcher's windup, and that's exactly been the case today. He not only mixed in that big bomb, but now he's got 3 ribbies to boot.
Here's Joey Gallo now, as he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike 1. Beltre at third with 2 away. Behind 0-2 now.
Can't imagine he comes back with a third breaking ball. That hitter looked like he timed that one up pretty well and just missed it, fouling it away.
The 0-2 home. Oh, and there's the good curveball as he's set down on strikes for the second time here tonight. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 7th inning coming up. Texas is out in front, 9-1. Welcome back to Arlington. This one pretty much all over, but the shouting as we check our game summary to see how we've gotten to where we are. So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
And now the Ranger bullpen swings into action. A lefty and a right-hander are throwing down there. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And Andrus will not be able to get there. It's a base hit. So it's an inning-opening single to kick off their half of the 7th.
Hey, not a bad way to start the nightcap. 3 at-bats, 3 base hits, D-Roll.
Yeah, the pressure falls off you after you go 1 for 1. 2 for 2, all smiles. 3 for 3, get the party started.
Here's the German-born catcher, Bruce Maxwell. Popped him up. Chirinos is under it, 1 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Roberto Garcia.
Riding in once again, Roberto Garcia. Here's the first pitch to him. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Eibner is in pursuit. He gets there and makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning.
The batter, number 22, second baseman, Steve Lombardozzi.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Steve Lombardozzi. He got under one and popped out his last time up. On its way is pitch number 75. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Hit back up the middle. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
Dan, if they're going to crack through, this has got to be the opportunity they've been looking for right here. They've had a ton of hits, a ton of people on base, but no one has been able to come up with that big knock.
Well, you know what, Giro, this pitcher's kind of worked around trouble the entire time so far. Another inning brewing right here. Let's see if they can't get a big hit here right here and bust through in this one.
Here's Matt Joyce now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. This is skied into short left center. Eibner moves over, and that retires the side. A's strand a couple. They trail big. It's 9-1.
Your
Blackburn
attention, please.
comes on to pitch now,
Now
hoping
pitching
for
for
better
Oakland.
results than the other
Number
arms
58.
that they've run out there in this one. Ready for another shot now. Robinson
Leading out for
Chirinos.
the
He
Rangers.
flew out in his last at-bat.
Catcher, Robinson Chirinos.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Breaking ball taken right down the middle.
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate. And for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
The 0-1 on its way. And he comes back with one that misses here, and it's 1-1 to the Ranger backstop. Smoke on the ground up the middle. Lowry on the move. He has it. And the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
Man, this is a perfect summary of how the game has gone for him. They haven't been able to hit, catch, or throw all game long. In fact, they should just throw a 10 over this thing because this has become a three-ring circus.
Here's Rougned Odor now, and he hasn't quite had the same fortune at the plate as many of his teammates. No hits for him so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball that finds the outside corner.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
High in the air out to center field. Howell's in pursuit. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, designated hitter, Willie Calhoun.
And here's the former prize Dodger prospect, Willie Calhoun. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. From the stretch, here's the pitch. A changeup floats outside here for ball 1. Chirinos leads off first with 1 away. Tapped down the line. Foul ball, however, strike 1. Back up the middle. And Lowry won't be able to track it down. This gets through, a base hit.
Now batting, left fielder, Brett Eibner.
Brett Eibner will be the next to dig in at the plate. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. A 3-run shot down the line in left. His second home run of the game as this lead got even wider.
It's getting pretty comical now. Their 6th home run of the game, and they're not done yet. They say hitting is contagious, and apparently that applies to the long ball. It's looking like batting practice out there.
Now batting, center fielder, Jurickson Profar.
Here's Jurickson Profar. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat he wasn't fooled at all. He sat back, waited, got the breaking ball, and didn't miss it.
3 runs already home here. And he lays off this one down and in for ball 2.
Looks like he's pitching pretty cautiously right here, but that happens when a guy's 3 for 3 on the day. Usually he's a guy you challenge a little bit more, but I guess he's earned some respect in this one.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes.
Line drive, base hit to right.
Boy, talk about having a day, Devo. He gets his 4th knock of the game, but mixed in with one of those 4 was a round tripper. Not a bad day.
Yeah, you have 5, maybe a handful of games that you can throw out 4 knocks throughout the course of the year. Add in a tater to go with it. He's smiling. His food's going to taste better tonight.
Here's Elvis Andrus now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Still only 1 out in the inning. Liner towards second, and that'll get down for a base hit. He'll get it into second, and the throw will go to second as they get the force out.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in, and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. It's been a 2 for 4 effort for him so far in the ball game. Hit sharply on the ground. Lowry's got it, and he'll just step on second for the force, and that'll do it for this half inning. So 3 runs on 3 hits, including the home run, 1 error, and a runner left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Rangers lead this one 12-1. Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. The windup and the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground to short. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. So their half of the 8th opens with a man aboard.
Now batting, Left fielder, Chris Davis.
Ready once again, Chris Davis. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A bouncer up the middle to second for one, on to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now. Ready for another chance, Matt Olson. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
1 strike.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
And he goes the other way as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the left field wall. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
They haven't had much luck so far tonight, so they'll definitely take that extra base hit. It only takes one, so maybe they can string together a few and get back into this thing.
Here's Jed Lowry now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Pulled toward right center field. Therefore is Profar, and Jurickson has it to retire the side. The A's strand 1. They're looking up at a 12-1 deficit. Digging in to try it again, Adrian Beltre, 3 for 4 so far, and seeing it well in this ball game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit to short. Lowry's got it. And that's the first out. Very much a laugher to this point in the contest as you get a look at the line score. 12-1 our score in the late stages of this one. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Joey Gallo. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Outside, ball.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2. The 1-2. Still 1 and 2.
You're grinding so hard at the plate right there, expecting something on the corners, and what happens? Change up, middle cut. Your eyes light up, but you're just not able to barrel it up.
Hit hard back up the middle. Gloved by Lowry. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning.
Now batting, catcher, Robinson Chirinos.
So next to the plate for Texas, Robinson Chirinos. He reached base on an error and later came around to score last time up. First offering on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball. 1 pitch. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Curveball locks him up, strike 3, and that's the 3rd out. Rangers set down in order, but don't shed a tear. They're up 12-1. A nice look there at the Dallas skyline as we're back with baseball from Globe Life Park in Arlington. Jake Diekman comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. Next up for the A's, Boog Powell starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Oh, you think? If you've got a good fastball like he does, that location can be really effective. It looks so tempting to the hitter, but making contact on that pitch can be very tough.
They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the 1st out.
The catcher, number 13, Bruce Maxwell.
Striding in for Oakland, Bruce Maxwell. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
That was a good swing right there. Might be the best one he's had all night because he was right on it.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Now the Rangers get a reliever up and throwing in the bullpen as a right-hander's begun to warm up out there. So 1-1. And it's fouled away. Hit out towards second. Odor is there. On to first, and now the A's are down to their final out.
Now batting, third baseman, Roberto Garcia.
Now in the box, Roberto Garcia. First pitch coming. Here it is. And that one stayed too low, apparently. The 1-0 home. Popped him up. Odor has a play. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Well, that wasn't exactly a nail-biter, but it's always nice when you can get an offensive explosion like that and save your closer for another day. A comfortable victory.
12-1 at the end of this.